Warning seniors, stop now. These 6 hidden habits after 70 that steal your health and joy, doctors warn. Imagine this. Some of your most innocent-looking daily habits could be secretly stealing your health, your clarity, and your very independence after age 70. The shocking truth is, many routines that once served you well can quietly turn into hidden traps, slowly breaking you down without you even knowing it. No one really talks about these quiet dangers, and by the time we finally realize it, we've often paid a steep price in stiffness, fatigue, and frustrating moments that leave us feeling ashamed or lost. But it doesn't have to be your story. On Happy Life Secrets, we're here to reveal the truth. In this video, we're going to explore 6 surprising things you absolutely need to stop doing after 70. Not because it's complicated, but because letting go of these habits can unlock a whole new level of energy, capability, and pure joy in your life. These aren't vague ideas. They're common traps many older adults fall into. Changing them now might just help you feel more like your vibrant self again. Stay with us until the very end, because you'll not only recognize a few of these in your own life, you'll also get simple, clear ways to turn things around. Let's make the rest of your life the best of your life. Hidden habit number 1. Stopping your strength. Avoiding muscle-building moves. One of the biggest, most common mistakes people make after 70 is thinking it's safer to just slow down and do less. It sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Your joints might ache more, your balance might not feel quite right, and the idea of lifting anything heavier than a grocery bag can feel a bit scary. So, many older adults simply stop using their muscles altogether, believing that more rest means more protection. But in truth, avoiding strength-building moves is one of the quickest ways to lose your freedom, your ability to move, and your independence in daily life. Your muscles don't just keep you strong. They keep you living on your own terms. After 70, muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, speeds up unless we actively work to keep it. This isn't about lifting huge weights or becoming a bodybuilder. It's about keeping the muscles you already have engaged. Even small amounts of effort, like using your body weight, light hand weights, or stretchy bands, can make a huge difference. The secret is to be consistent and intentional. Every step you take, every time you stand up from a chair without using your hands, every time you carry a bag or reach for something high up, your muscles are the reason you can do it. Let me tell you about George, who's 82 years old. He used to avoid almost all physical activity after a small fall a few years ago. He was scared to push himself, scared of getting hurt again, so he mostly stayed in his comfy chair. But after visiting a physical therapist, he learned that not moving was actually hurting him more than moving ever could. He started with simple 5-minute strength routines. Just standing up from a chair without using his hands, lifting soup cans, and practicing balance by standing on one leg next to his kitchen counter. Within just 2 months, his legs felt steadier, and his confidence truly started to return. There's something powerful that happens when you use your body with purpose. It's not just about moving easily. It's about your dignity. It's about knowing you can get out of bed without worry, walk through the store without needing to lean on a cart, or even get down on the floor to play with your grandchild and know you can get back up. Strength gives you that power. It doesn't take hours a day. Just a few simple, repeated movements can begin to rebuild what time has tried to take away. Many people don't talk about this because losing strength happens quietly. It doesn't hurt right away, but you start to notice it in the little things. Getting tired faster, struggling with stairs, or needing to push off your arm just to stand up. The sooner you notice it, the sooner you can turn it around. It's truly never too late, and you don't need fancy equipment. You just need to decide that staying strong matters more than staying still. Hidden habit number 2. Eating like your younger self. Too much of the wrong food. Narrator: one common pitfall for many after 70 is believing they can eat the exact same way they always have. Same meal sizes, same eating times, same favorite comfort foods over and over. It feels familiar, it feels easy, and for many years it probably worked just fine. But here's the crucial point. Your body isn't running on the same fuel system it had 30 years ago. Your metabolism has slowed, your digestion might be less efficient, and your nutritional needs have changed. Yet, many of us keep eating out of old habit instead of true hunger. And that quiet mistake can lead to unwanted weight gain, a constant feeling of sluggishness, and even blood sugar problems that creep up on you. The truth is, after 70, every bite matters more. Your body doesn't need as much food as it used to, but it desperately needs more of the right kinds of food. This means food rich in important nutrients, easy to digest, and designed to support your bones, brain, and energy levels. It means fewer large servings of heavy meats, starchy carbs, or processed snacks, and more smaller, balanced meals packed with fiber-rich vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and fruits with lots of water. It's not about starving yourself. It's about eating in a way that truly supports how your body works today, not how it worked 30 years ago. Let me tell you about Helen, who's 75 years old. She never really thought much about her meals. 3 hearty ones a day, just like her whole life. But she started noticing that after dinner she felt bloated, her energy crashed in the afternoons, and her clothes just didn't fit anymore. Her doctor didn't scold her. He simply asked her to try something different. Slightly smaller portions, adding more vegetables, and really paying attention to when she actually felt full. Within a month, she wasn't just lighter. She felt clearer, her sleep improved, and she said her mood lifted in ways she hadn't expected. This isn't about dieting. It's about smart adjustments. Just like you wouldn't wear the same shoes you wore in your 30s, your body won't benefit from the same eating patterns. With age comes wisdom, and that includes wisdom about your food. Eating smarter isn't about deprivation. It's about efficiency. It's about giving your body exactly what it needs and letting go of the extras that only slow it down. When your meals are balanced and intentional, your body rewards you with more energy, sharper thinking, and steadier moods. And here's something important. It's okay to have new eating rules for this stage of life. In fact, it's a sign of self-respect. You're not giving up the joys of food. You're giving yourself a better, more supportive relationship with it. You're learning to notice what truly satisfies you, what helps you through your day, and what makes you feel your absolute best. That kind of awareness isn't just healthy. It's truly freeing. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable for your own happy life secrets, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I truly recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our empowering videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's keep moving forward. Hidden habit number 3, pulling away, retreating from social connection. After 70, it can be surprisingly easy to slowly drift into isolation without even realizing it. You might stop going out as much, cancel plans more often, or convince yourself that staying home is simply more comfortable. Sometimes it's due to physical challenges, other times it's emotional. You might feel like you don't have as much to offer, or perhaps people just don't reach out like they used to. So you quietly retreat. You tell yourself it's fine, that you enjoy the peace and quiet. But the tough truth is, social disconnection can cause more harm to your health than you could ever imagine. Loneliness isn't just a sad feeling. It's a serious health risk. Studies clearly show that isolation in older adults can lead to depression, memory problems, and even a higher risk of heart disease. Your brain thrives on connection, and when you remove that steady interaction with others, your mind can start to turn inward in ways that aren't helpful at all. Conversations, shared laughter, even a simple phone call, all of these act like mental exercise. They keep you sharp, grounded, and emotionally balanced. And perhaps most importantly, they powerfully remind you that you still matter. Let me tell you about Sylvia, who's 80. She had slowly stopped seeing her friends after her husband passed away. She told herself she needed time, but months turned into years. Her memory felt foggy, her days started blending together, and her motivation just disappeared. Her daughter gently encouraged her to attend a weekly senior yoga class, just for something to do. Sylvia was hesitant at first, but she went. And what surprised her wasn't the exercise. It was the people. Sharing a joke before class, talking about their week afterward, it brought color back into her life. She didn't even realize how much she'd missed it. This doesn't mean you have to join every club or force yourself into noisy events. It means finding small, consistent ways to stay connected. A weekly phone call, a regular walk with a neighbor, joining a church group, or even an online hobby community. These little interactions act like emotional vitamins. They keep your spirit strong and remind you that you're not alone in this season of life. And the more connected you feel, the more resilient your body and mind become. The tricky part is that pulling away often feels safe. It's quiet, predictable. But there's a huge difference between enjoying quiet time and living in isolation. One recharges you, the other slowly drains your very spirit. You have so much wisdom, warmth, and humor to share, and people truly benefit from having you in their lives, whether you realize it or not. When you reach out, you're not just helping yourself. You're reminding someone else that they're not alone either. Hidden habit number 4, brushing off health clues. Ignoring small symptoms. One of the most dangerous habits that can quietly creep in after 70 is simply brushing off small health symptoms because they seem minor or familiar. A little dizziness here, a bit of chest tightness there, or maybe just some extra tiredness in the afternoon. You tell yourself, it's just part of getting older. You don't want to make a fuss, you don't want to be a burden, and frankly, you're tired of sitting in waiting rooms. So you ignore it. But ignoring small signs can be a huge mistake, especially in your later years, when catching something early often means the difference between a simple fix and a serious problem. Your body becomes more delicate with age, but it also becomes more communicative if you're willing to listen. Symptoms that you could once shake off now matter more. That slight swelling in your ankles could be your heart asking for attention. That occasional confusion might not just be a senior moment, it might be a warning sign. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to treat, fix, or manage. Catching things early doesn't make you a worrier. It makes you wise. It gives you options and control, which are two incredibly important things to keep. Let me share the story of Walter, who's 78 years old. He always thought of himself as tough. He didn't like going to the doctor and rarely took anything seriously unless he was in real pain. But he started noticing his vision was blurrier than usual, and there was a strange tingling in his feet. He just blamed it on old age. It wasn't until his daughter insisted that he get it checked out that he learned he had early-stage diabetes. Because he caught it early, he was able to manage it with simple diet changes and activity. But his doctor told him plainly, if he'd waited much longer, it could have become irreversible. You are the expert on your own body. When something feels different, strange, or just not right, you have every reason to check it out. Not because you're weak, but because you're responsible for your own well-being. Health issues don't always arrive with flashing lights. They often whisper. And the older we get, the more crucial it becomes to truly listen to those whispers. Responding quickly can mean shorter recovery times, fewer medications, and a much better overall outcome. This also means trusting your gut. If you feel dismissed or unheard by a doctor, you have the right to ask more questions, seek a second opinion, and strongly advocate for yourself. You've spent a lifetime looking out for others. Now it's time to apply that same deep care inward. Nobody else lives in your body. Nobody else knows how it feels from the inside. So, if something doesn't feel quite right, please speak up. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable for your happy life secrets, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I truly recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our empowering videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Hidden habit number 5, trusting memory alone, not writing things down. After 70, one of the most common, yet often underestimated, habits is trusting your memory more than you should. You've always remembered birthdays, appointments, what pills to take, and when. For most of your life, that worked perfectly fine. So, you keep doing it. Reciting the day's plan in your head, reminding yourself to call someone later, or trying to keep track of your medications without writing anything down. But here's the quiet danger. Memory isn't as reliable as it once was, and depending on it without any backup can lead to small slip-ups that have surprisingly big consequences. Forgetting an appointment is one thing. Forgetting whether you already took your medicine is something else entirely, and it happens more often than people admit. You might accidentally take a double dose, or skip a dose completely, thinking you took it early. That one small moment of uncertainty can quickly snowball into real health problems, especially with blood pressure or diabetes medication or pain management. But here's the liberating truth. Writing things down isn't a sign of memory decline. It's a sign of responsibility. It's how you protect your future and reduce stress today. Let me tell you about Bill, who's 73 years old. He always prided himself on having a sharp mind. He handled all the bills, tracked all the birthdays, and never needed a calendar. But after missing a specialist appointment and accidentally skipping his morning dose twice in 1 week, he realized something had changed. At first, he felt embarrassed, like he was admitting weakness. But after starting a simple notebook system and setting phone alarms, he found he wasn't just remembering more. He was worrying less. He said it felt like he'd handed off some of the weight he'd been silently carrying for years. Our brains are doing a lot more than we give them credit for, and after decades of life experience, it's normal and expected for short-term memory to slow down a bit. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means your system needs a little support. Writing things down, keeping a calendar on the fridge, using a pill organizer, or setting a few simple reminders on your phone. It's not about being forgetful. It's about setting yourself up for guaranteed success without leaving anything to chance. What often surprises people is how freeing it feels to take things out of your head and put them somewhere visible. It clears mental space, reduces anxiety, and builds confidence. You stop second-guessing yourself, you stop repeating the same mental checklists over and over. Instead, you trust the systems you've created, and your mind can finally rest a little. Hidden habit number 6. Blocking out new tech, resisting technology altogether. One of the most limiting things people over 70 often do, sometimes without even realizing it, is completely shutting out technology. Maybe it feels overwhelming. Maybe you've tried it before and felt frustrated, or maybe you've convinced yourself that it's just not for me. You might say things like, "I don't need all that stuff," or "I'm too old to learn," or "I've gotten by just fine without it." And while those words might feel true in the moment, they quietly build a wall between you and tools that could actually make your life easier, safer, and more connected. Technology doesn't have to mean diving into social media or buying every new gadget on the market. It can be as simple as learning how to send a text, use a voice assistant to set a reminder, or check your health records online. These tools aren't just trends. They're lifelines. They help you manage your medications, keep in touch with loved ones, get help in emergencies, and access information in seconds. By refusing to engage with it at all, you're not avoiding stress. You're actually increasing your dependence on others and potentially missing out on so much. Let me tell you about Louise, who's 79 years old. She used to call her daughter every time she needed to check her appointment times or look up a prescription refill. Her daughter lovingly helped, but Louise felt more and more dependent. One day, her grandson showed her how to use the calendar and reminders app on her phone and how to check her pharmacy's website for refills. It wasn't easy at first. There were hiccups, questions, and a few moments of doubt. But after a few weeks, she found herself doing things independently that used to require 3 phone calls, and she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Capable. That's what this is really about. Not mastering the latest device, but reclaiming your independence and your sense of self-reliance. Small wins with technology add up quickly. Checking the weather, reading messages, getting health alerts, or even joining a virtual class. These little actions remind you that you can adapt, you can grow, and you can stay connected to the world around you. You don't need to be a tech expert. You just need a little curiosity and someone patient to guide you through. And if you've ever felt ashamed or embarrassed for not knowing how to use something, please let that go. Everyone starts somewhere. No one expects you to know everything right away, but giving yourself the chance to try is what matters most. Technology is not the enemy of aging. It's a powerful ally, and the more open you are to it, the more doors you open for yourself in return. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable for your happy life secrets, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I truly recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our empowering videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's share some final thoughts. Final thoughts. your power to choose a happier future. As we wrap up this video, take a quiet moment to reflect on what we've covered together. Which one of these habits do you recognize in yourself? Which one surprised you? After 70, the rules of the game change, and yet nobody hands you a new playbook. That's why it's so easy to fall into patterns that feel safe, but slowly, subtly chip away at your health, your independence, and your peace of mind. But here's the liberating truth. It's never too late to shift direction. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just recognizing these 6 common traps and being willing to take one small step away from them can bring you more clarity, more energy, and more confidence. Whether it's moving your body a little more each day, adjusting your meals to match your needs now, or finally asking someone to walk you through that new phone, you are not falling behind. You are learning to move forward with purpose and intention. Aging doesn't mean shrinking back. It means rising up with the wisdom you've earned and using it to make the rest of your life lighter, stronger, and more joyful. These habits may seem small on the surface, but every choice you make in favor of your well-being is a powerful declaration that you still matter, that your time still matters, and that the best parts of your life are still unfolding. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one small change you're ready to make this week based on what you learned today. Your thoughts are so important to us, and reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.